Okay. Good evening and welcome to the June 13th, 2024 Town of Lake Luzerne Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. Would you all please rise and recite the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Chris, would you call the roll, please?
You got it. Matthew Palich.
Present.
Michael Bordeaux.
Present.
Burgess Ovitt.
Here.
Kayla Jarrell.
Here.
And alternate Sonia Harris.
On this evening's agenda, we have several items. Item number one, public hearing variance 2024 AV-1, John Terlaga, 83 Fenway Drive, distance between structures variance. Number two, public hearing variance 2024 AV-2, Robert Maslanka, 238 East River Drive, 1 acre required for chickens, parcel is 0.69 acres, and enclosure is required in the side or rear yard, proposal is in the front yard. Item number three, new application variance 2024 AV-3, Wayne Wagner, 91 Terrace Drive, requesting relief of front yard setback, side yard setback, and separation from other structures for a garage. Item number four, new application variance 2024 AV-4, Tracy Smith, 4 7th Avenue, requesting relief of 2 front yard setback requirements and separation from other structures for retaining walls. Item number five, presentation Angela Bauer regarding past variance approvals and ZBA's recommendation on how to move forward with use of vacant parcels situated between Lakeshore Road and Hendrick Road. Item number six, minutes from the ZBA meeting of May 9th, and item number seven, new and old business. And the very first thing I'm going to do is change the order of the agenda. We are going to discuss agenda number 5. A presentation from Angela Bauer regarding past variance approval and ZBA's recommendation on how to move forward with the use of vacant parcels situated between Lakeshore Road and Hendrick Road. Ms. Bauer has multiple parcels, and she had a question as to how she needed to proceed forward. She was granted a variance in 1998 to build.
78. Did I put 98?
I thought you said, is it 78?
78.
Okay, I'm sorry.
78. I may have put 98.
In 1978, to build a house on these parcels, she did not own the parcels at the time, but she's inherited the parcels. Has spoken with council. The zoning variance runs with the property, not with the owner. So the town zoning board granted the variance in 1978. That variance still stands, provided she builds a house in the exact location as was described in that variance. Council has spoken to Ms. Bauer prior to this meeting, and we have no action to take on that.
Mary, excuse me, should we clarify that the present ordinance has that sunset clause, or just leave it alone? Okay.
And with that, I will go back to the original agenda. Public hearing variance 2024 AV-1, John Terlaga, 83 Fenway Drive, distance between structures variance. Karen, would you read the public notice, please?
Please take notice that pursuant to the zoning ordinance of the town of Lake Luzerne, the zoning board of appeals will conduct a public hearing on June 13th, 2024 at 7:05 p.m. at the regularly scheduled meeting. The meeting will be held at the municipal complex, 539 Lake Avenue, town of Lake Luzerne, to hear comments on the following: area variance 2024 AB1, applicant owner John Terlaga, parcel number 292.11-1-32, Hamlet Residential Zone, HR, 0.58 acres. Location 83 Fenway Drive. The applicant has applied for a variance from the Zoning Board of Appeals for relief from the zoning ordinance of Lake Luzerne, Article 6, General Regulations, Accessory Buildings and Uses, B3C, a 10-foot distance separation between structures is required. The proposed accessory structure is 5 feet away from the attached garage, but is proposed to be 5 feet away from the attached garage. A copy of the application as well as other supporting documentation are on file with the Office of the Zoning Officer and may be reviewed by interested members of the public during normal business hours, Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 4, and Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. All interested parties and citizens will be given an opportunity to be heard in respect to their proposed variance at the public hearing. Any interested parties and citizens may respond by letter, email, or appear in person. And then it's just my personal information, email, phone number, published June 4th, 2024. I did receive one email in regard to this. It is from Barbara Lopez. Hi, Karen. My name is Joseph Lopez, and I live at 20 Fenway Drive, which is diagonally across from 83 Fenway Drive. I have no issue with Mr. Talaga building a carport to protect his boat. I am the only house that will see it, as the 3 homes after his are unoccupied. No one lives in them. The only way anyone could see it is if they were driving by. They're very nice people and take good care of the property and the house. That being said, I do have a problem with 75 Fenway Drive. There are people working on the home 3 months ago, but no one since. The yard is completely overgrown and the driveways are full of pine cones and pine needles and branches. I have to look at it every day when I go sit on my front porch, and it is very ugly. Don't know if there's anything you can do about it, but just wanted to let you know how bad it is. Thank you for reading this. Sincerely, Joe Lopez. That's the only one I've received.
Okay, and with that, I will open the public meeting for area variance 2024 AV-1, John Terlaga, 83 Fenway Drive, distance between structures variance. This is seeker exempt. Referral to county planning is not required. The applicant has been advised to submit a jurisdictional inquiry to the APA. Mr. Talaga, are you present?
Yes,
Have you submitted that inquiry?
not yet.
Still no.
It's in the
Since,
process.
has it been submitted?
No, it's not easy. I'm in the middle of it.
I would like to make but is there anyone else present who would like to speak regarding this area variance?
Did we open the public meeting?
I did open the public.
Did you get a time?
I did not.
Okay.
Anyone would like to speak to this area variance? I would like to leave this public hearing open to allow Mr. Talaga to get a response from APA before we take any more further action on this.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Hearing none, the motion's carried.
Thank you. Mr. Talaga, the rest is up to you. Second,
Are we putting him on the agenda for next month then, at this point?
will you have it by next month?
Yeah, that's-
Yes, I would like to have this public
Okay.
hearing continued on next month's agenda.
So we're tabling it until next month.
Correct.
Okay.
Item number 2, public hearing area variance 2024 AV-2, Robert Maslanka, 238 East River Drive, 1 acre required for chickens, parcels 0.69 acres, and enclosures required in the side or rear yard. Proposal is in the front yard. Karen, would you please read the public notice?
Yep. Give me 1 second to get it open. Please take notice that pursuant to the zoning ordinance of the town of Lake Luzerne, the zoning board of appeals will conduct a public hearing on June 13th, 2024 at 7:05 p.m. at their regularly scheduled meeting. The meeting will be held at the Municipal Complex, 539 Lake Avenue, Town of Lake Luzerne, to hear comments on the following. Area variance 2024 AV-2, applicant owner Robert Maslanka, parcel number 317.8-1-51, residential town zone RT 0.69 acres, location 238 East River Drive. The applicant has applied for a variance from the zoning board of appeals for relief from local law number 1 of 2020, section 3C1. 1 acre is required for chickens, and this parcel is only 0.69 acres. He is also seeking relief from local law 1 of 2020, section 3D3, which requires the enclosure for chickens to be in the side or rear yard, and they are proposing the coop to be in the front yard. A copy of the application as well as other supporting documentation are on file with the Office of the Zoning Officer and may be reviewed by interested members of the public during normal business hours, Monday through Thursday, 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. All interested parties and citizens will be given an opportunity to be heard in respect to the proposed variance at the public hearing. Any interested parties and citizens may respond by letter, email, or appear in person. And again, just my personal information and email and phone number published June 4th, 2024. I have not received anything on this from the public at all. No one, I've had no inquiries or anything. I have received the county referral back, and it simply says NCI, no county impact.
Thank you.
Yep.
I will now open the public hearing for area variance 2024 AV. Can I speak on that?
He's getting ready to open the public hearing, so you get a chance then.
Opening public hearing, area variance 2024 AV-2, Robert Maslanka, 238 East River Drive. 1 acre required for chickens, parcels 0.69 acres, and enclosures required in the side or rear yard. Proposal is in the front yard. And with that, I am opening the public hearing. So is there anyone in the audience who would like to speak to that? Sir, please come up. Have a seat, speak into the microphone. Please state your name.
My name is Alan Lent. I live on 254 East River Drive. I've been there for over 50 years now. And seeing how it's the south end of Lake Luzerne, and more people come into Luzerne that way naturally. And as it stands right now, the area looks very nice, and people get a better idea of what the town looks like. In regards to the variance that my neighbor wants, I'm not against the chickens, although I do question the size of the building that he's proposing right now compared to what you call as a chicken coop. Secondly is the fact that due to the fact that the property is that small and it has to go in the front, how does that affect the assessments of other homes when you have a barn or a coop supposedly in the front yard of a home? That's all I have.
Thank you. Anyone else? The applicant at the public hearing. Sure, come on up. Please state your name for the record and speak into the microphone.
Stephanie Maslanka, Robert's wife. Just down the road from us, just a few houses, there is a barn in the front yard, and it's right off of East River Drive, so ours would be much better looking than that, so I don't understand what the problem is there. And then down the road in the opposite direction towards Luzerne, yes, the farm is in the back, but it's just as close to the road as what ours would be, and we would better maintain ours. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there because of his comments, that's all.
Thank you. Anyone else? With that, I will close the public hearing for area variance 2024 AV-2, Robert Maslanka, 238 East River Drive. I would like to go through the application, the questions that we go through when we are ruling on an area variance? I will go through the history. Responses, my family and I have lived here for the last 5.5 years. This is a nice home on the property and the chicken coop will be the same. The description of the proposed action is looking to build an enclosure for chickens. There's not enough room because of the pool and the steep bank in the backyard. And my well is in the back. My daughter's been going to therapy and the doctor said the animal interaction will be good for her. I'm gonna go through each of the area variance standards, the question, the response, my perspective on it, and then I will query each of you as to your perspective on it. And I would appreciate it if I had more than agree. I need specifics. Question number 1, describe how the requested variance will not alter the character of the larger neighborhood or impact adjacent properties. The response is there are lots of chickens on East River Drive. I agree with that. Most of them are actually on East River Drive, but they're not there anymore because they're dead. So there will be we'll fit right in. Already spoke with neighbors that are excited about us having. The requested variance will alter the character of the neighborhood. There is not a single chicken coop in a front yard in the town of Lake Luzerne. The proposed structure is 27 by 28 feet. Per Mr. Maslanka's statement at the last meeting, the coop itself will be a repurposed outhouse. I'm not really sure how that will look. But it definitely alters the character of the neighborhood and has an impact on the property value of adjacent properties. Rail.
The chicken coop and that size of the structure might alter the impact of the neighborhood. But there are a lot of chickens on East River Drive there. And I drove down through there and even the houses that did not have a chicken coop. That was, in my opinion, like the best kept one in the area. So I think it'll be taken care of and I'm not worried about it.
Mike,
I feel that a large structure in the front yard will alter the characteristics of the neighborhood.
Burgess,
I concur with Mike. A large structure in the front of the property will alter the characteristics plus chicken on that small of a lot.
thank you. Jayla,
I feel it will alter the character of the property, but I don't think it'll alter the character of the neighborhood based off the surrounding properties.
thank you. Question number 2 describes what alternatives have been explored to achieve a solution other than a variance. The response is, so not having enough land in the back, my house, I would like to put the coop up front. There are multiple alternatives in my perspective. They are more costly. There is property behind the house. It would have to be graded, which is an expense, but the property does exist. If you went with a smaller chicken coop, then that chicken coop could be placed closer to your well. Right now, the state recommends a 100-foot separation distance as a minimum between your chicken coop and your well, be based on the size of the coop you're putting up and the number of chickens you're proposing. If you drop the size to 3 chickens, 3 animals, then the state does not describe that as define that as a animal pen, and the separation distance does not apply. So there are alternatives that are available which have not been explored to achieve a solution other than a variance. Rail.
Can I just clarify this?
Certainly.
question? So it says describe what alternatives have been explored. So the question is, have they provided you with alternatives that have been explored on their their end.
We have been provided no alternatives other than the fact that they state that it's the only place that they can place it. But in looking at the property, that is not my position. Thank you.
My turn.
Yes, sir.
The alternative explored was there just not enough room in the back without extensive landscaping. So that's what I look at for alternatives explored.
Okay, Mike?
I feel that there are multiple alternatives that could be used. Lowering the size, moving the coop, not reiterating what you said earlier, but I didn't know that through state law that, 3 changes it. So that is, there's multiple alternatives that exist. As far as the alternative they existed, they took a look at, grading the back would move the chicken coop to the side or the backyard without having a multiple variance in the front yard.
Burgess?
There's 2 variances that they're asking, one for a lot size and one for the front versus the back. And I don't
Correct.
believe they have been altered, or neither of them have, they explain any what they've tried to do differently.
Thank you. Jayla?
So we're saying whether or not they've explored, not saying whether or not we think there are other options to explore.
They
Correct.
presented to you.
Based off of the answer to their question, I think that they've explored other options. I don't think that we've seen the proof of the other options, like what would be entailed in the landscaping in the back, if that's what's necessary, but and the answer to their question, the fact that they're saying there's not enough room back there, I think is answering the question enough for me.
Thank you. Question number 3, explain whether this request is variance is substantial. Response is, I've been doing research on how much room each chicken should have, and they say that it should be 3 to 6 square feet, depending on the size of the breed of the bird. I need 1 acre per regulations. I have 0.69 acres, so I'm asking for about a 30% difference. I don't feel this is a large variance. The regulation of not having it in the front yard is making my request substantial, but I cannot locate it anywhere else. To me, both of these variances are substantial. A 30% variance to me is substantial. Placing a chicken coop, which is not allowed in a front yard, in the front yard, is about as substantial as you can get. Rail?
Okay, the 2 separate variances. Wanting chickens in a lot that's not big enough. I do not believe it's substantial because it's very close. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people around town here without the right amount of property that have chickens as well. They just haven't been caught. And that's just the way it works. On the second variance of the chicken coop in the front yard, that's substantial. But I know chickens wear off fast, and they said they only want them for a short time. They're gonna wear off fast. So. My answer.
Mike?
I feel that the acreage request is substantial because it is 30%, and taking an accessory structure or a structure to the front yard is substantial also.
Burgess?
I feel both are substantial. They're 180 degrees, yes or no, and 30% is substantial.
Thank you. Jayla?
I feel that the front yard is substantial, but the acreage is not substantial.
Question number 4, describe how the requested variance will not have an adverse impact on physical and environmental conditions in the neighborhood. Response is, it's going to be a pretty coop and people are going to want one too. This coop will be very well maintained. We love animals. My daughter is diagnosed with anxiety and depression. These chickens have already helped with that. We're not disturbing the property other than to bury the posts in the ground, no concrete. I feel there will be no adverse environmental issues as we are designing it to meet humane guidelines, and we will be keeping the coop cleaned, and the food will be stored in steel garbage cans. I do not know where the well is for 237 East River Drive across the street. I do know that this location in the front yard is uphill and up gradient from 237 East River Drive. I see that there is an adverse environmental impact on the conditions in the neighborhood from that waste potentially contaminating the well on the other side of the street. The adverse impact on physical conditions, the individual who spoke earlier about the look of the chicken coop in the front of the house, I think that is an adverse on the physical conditions in the neighborhood. It is a chicken coop in the front of the yard of this house. And you can say that we have chicken coops on East River Drive, which we do, which are closer to the road than this, which are grandfathered in. We can say that chickens are loose, and that is a routine situation, and that is a violation of the law, and it does not affect this situation at all. Rail?
I don't see where the waste is gonna get across the road. But, I don't.
Well, I can address that. It's all sand.
Yeah,
Everything perks right through the ground. I'm not saying, and I do not know, and I've not been provided with information as to where the well is on the adjacent property.
yeah, I don't see any physical or environmental impacts on this. If anything, yes, there are chickens all over East River Drive loose. There's a farm down a mile down the road. You have to plug your nose when you drive by. This is kind of our opportunity to control something. And if people want something, they're trying to do it right and meet the better. So I don't see any physical and environmental problems with this.
Mike?
I do not feel that there's an environmental impact, but I do feel that a structure in the front yard does create a physical impact.
Burgess?
I'm sure that and it does look nice, and I'm sure they'll keep it nice, but, and I'm not an environmental specialist by any means, but the physical impact is that it is at a place and would have an impact.
Thank you. Jayla?
I agree, the picture that you guys shows looks beautiful. And I'm sure you guys are gonna take really, really great care of it, but it is the life of the property, not the owners, correct?
Correct.
And that's not to say that, I don't know how long you guys plan on staying there, but that's not to say that the next owners wouldn't maintain it and take care of it to the standards you guys will.
No.
Sorry. I don't know if there'd be an environmental impact, but the physical impact, as far as you guys would own it, I believe would be good.
Thank you. I apologize.
So the area variance does stay with the land.
Correct.
Can, like an area variance be granted to owners while they own the land?
No.
No.
Is that a potential condition that could be?
I don't think so. All the case law in New York State says that it cannot be owner specific. It has to be land specific.
Working to be life of the existing.
Chicken coop?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably put that condition on it, yes.
Because if it were life of the existing, as soon as it rots, it's gone. It can't be rebuilt
Without a variance.
without a new variance, right? Just like the fence down the road.
If you put that condition on it, yes.
You guys know what that means, so.
Question number 5, describe how the requested variance is it's not a self-created difficulty. The response is, my kids would love to have chickens. I believe it will build character and teach them how to be responsible, as mentioned above. The chickens will help with mental health. However, it is self-created as we're asking to do something that does not meet code. It is totally self-created.
I agree with you.
Mike,
Yes, this is a self-created difficulty.
Burgess,
Self-created difficulty.
Jayla,
Self-created difficulty.
we have zoning regulations for reasons. I understand Slankas would like to have chickens on their property. But from my perspective, the parcel is too small. That's why we have a 1 acre requirement to have livestock. If they were to take down their swimming pool, then they'd have room in the back to put up a chicken coop, but not one of the size that they proposed because it would be too close to the well. So before we go any further, Mr. Maslanka, you have the opportunity to speak.
Can I speak? I'm an owner partner too.
Yes, you may speak.
So again, Stephanie Maslanka. No disrespect, Matt. I know you were talking about the well being across the road, but how is it okay that we can't put it across the road, but we can put it next to our well in the back? I don't understand.
No, my statement was if you,
It's not.
Oh.
Make public
That-
comments, but it's not.
thank you.
That's all. I don't understand that. I guess it's our property. We're just trying to do the best for our kids. They want chickens. I don't really see the harm in it. If you want the coop smaller, we'll make it smaller. But I don't understand why it can't be in the front. It's not gonna be an eyesore. And also, if we decide to sell, in our letter that you failed to read, I mean, you read the application part, we kind of got thrown into that. We didn't have a lot of time we only had days to get it in. It explains that we will take the coop down. It won't be there forever. And as Rail said, the chickens will die off. It's, a given, but I just don't see the problem with this.
Thank you. Any further questions from the board?
I have a question. Did we get a CO for those 2 structures?
We don't need a CO. They have a permit for them, so they're okay.
There's no violation?
No,
Okay, very good. That's my question.
Make a motion to approve area variance 2024 AV-2, Robert Maslanka, 238 East River Drive. 1 acre required for chickens, parcel is 0.69 acres, and the enclosure is required in the side or rear yard. Proposal is in the front yard.
There's 2
Should we do them
separate
separate?
variances. You gotta break them up.
Okay, then I will make a proposal for the portion of variance 2024 AV-2 that is requesting relief from the 1 acre requirement for a parcel that is 0.69 acres.
Are you
Do I have a
requesting to
second?
approve or
I'll
just?
second that.
He's approving it.
What was that question?
Are you motion to approve it?
Motion to approve.
Motion To approve.
Roll call, Chris.
Matt,
No.
Rail,
Yes.
Mike,
No.
Burgess,
No.
Kayla.
Yes.
All right, 3 no's, 2 yeses, the motion fails.
Motion to deny area variance 202 feet 24 AV -2. Relief from 1 acre requirement to 0.69 acres. Have a second?
Wait. Is that correct?
The one that you just did was for it to be in the front yard?
No, the one I just did was
No.
for it to be 0.69 instead of 1.0.
Okay, and so now what is the one that you're doing?
That was a motion to approve. This is a motion to deny.
Okay,
Do I have a second?
So move.
Roll call vote, Matt,
Please.
Matt,
Yes.
Rail,
No.
Mike,
Yes.
Burgess,
Yes.
Kayla.
No.
2 no's, 3 yeses, the motion is carried.
Motion to approve area variance 2024 AV -2 for an enclosure proposed in the front yard when the enclosure is required in the side or rear yard.
I will second that motion.
Roll call vote,
Please.
Matt,
No.
Rail,
Yes.
Mike,
No.
Burgess,
No.
Kayla.
No.
Okay, we have 4 no's, 1 yes, the motion fails.
Motion to deny area variance 2024 AV -2 for an enclosure proposed in the front yard which is required in the side or rear yard.
I will second.
Roll call vote,
Please.
Matt,
Yes.
Rail,
No.
Mike,
Yes.
Burgess.
Yes.
Kayla.
Yes.
Okay, 4 yeses, 1 no, the motion's carried.
Nothing?
All meeting.
Next item on the agenda is new application variance 2024 AV -3 Wayne Wagner, 91 Terrace Drive. Requesting relief of front yard setback, side yard setback, and separation from other structures for a garage. Mr. Wagner, are you here?
Yes.
Would you please come up to the podium? State your name, please speak into the microphone and explain to us what it is that you would like to do.
Yes, sir. Wayne Wagner. We're looking to put our garage on our property. Down there is very tight. Down on Terrace Drive. We purchased the property next door 2 years ago. And we combined them so we could apply for the garage. We're gonna make it our full-time residence. And obviously there's no cellar, no attic, so we need some storage space. And we tried to look at the whole area. I took pictures of the road of, how close stuff is down there. So we tried to come with a happy medium. I'd like something bigger, but I realize I really can't. It's gotta be 50 foot in the water down there also. That's what we're looking to do.
Okay. Anyone have any question on the proposed action? I would like to review the application. Remember, we are reviewing this application for completeness. We're not making a decision on this application this evening. I believe that the first page is correct. I do not see any issues with the first page. Under the history of the property, Mr. Wagner had just explained how long he's owned it and what he wants to do. Description of proposed action, asking for relief from zoning ordinance 5, dimensional requirements, section A, dimensional table, front yard setback. Our house is 6 feet from the edge of the road, requesting proposed change be 4 feet, proposed garage be 4 feet. requesting a side yard setback of 5 feet 6 inches. Checked with Warren County, they require 5 feet from the side yard. The front yard setback would be to the center of the road from the proposed garage. For the proposed garage would be 10.5 feet. Proposed garage will be 5 feet 6 inches to neighbor's garage. Under variance standards, question number 1, describe how the requested variance will not alter the character of the larger neighborhood or impact adjacent properties. Responses, I took placement of this site plan very serious. I checked with close neighbors for any negative feedback, received none, all positive. I took some pictures of buildings and structures on the road. Many are much closer. Question number 2, describe what alternatives have been explored to achieve a solution other than a variance. Responses, the area to work with is very tight. After extensive measuring, this is the best overall solution for the garage size and site. This keeps us over 50 feet from the water. Question number 3, explain whether this requested variance is substantial. This request is substantial to us to have a garage and some storage. We're looking to make this our only home as we're reaching retirement, asking for 50% reduction. House is 6 feet and neighbor's garage is less than 1 foot. Question number 4, describe how the requested variance will not have an adverse impact on physical and environmental conditions in the neighborhood. Responses, the proposed variance request will not impact any surrounding properties or any views in a negative manner. Placement was chosen with this in mind. Question number 5, describe how the requested variance is not a self-created difficulty. Responses, this variance is not going to create any difficulties. The site was well thought out for looks and ease of maintenance. Maintaining the garage, the site and garage was the site and garage was well thought out for size and trying to keep within setbacks and keeping with neighboring properties. There is a sketch here. Which shows the proposed garage, the current home, the property itself, and the neighbor's garage. As I was looking through our requirements for an application today, for other reasons, our requirements state that the sketch must show the adjoining properties. This sketch does not show the adjoining properties. The sketch shows only the properties to the south side. It does not show the properties to the north side.
Okay.
So this sketch needs to be modified.
The current home, right where I have it on the sketch, that is the property line. And there's just a driveway right
Correct.
there on the other side of our,
But you need to show the neighbor's property, the adjacent and adjoining properties must show in the sketch.
okay.
And multiple pictures of Terrace Drive.
Yeah, I have pictures of both the neighbors there, so.
I've been down there. Is that the property to the north?
That is our home.
The next one is with the woods. My brother's.
We may be able to help you with that by doing the imaging on the GIS system and printing it off for you. But we can work on that.
The green garage is 77. That's the one that we're trying to propose to put one next to that.
Does anyone have any questions on the application?
I do, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Did you get a Schedule 80 or deed?
Good one.
It would describe the property.
I don't know. I mean, we must have, because we got the whole package, but I just printed up what I thought was the.
Cause the tax map number doesn't match either.
Well, look on your phone.
No?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't.
Seven in the front. and
The one that we purchased, when they were combined,
Became new,
yeah.
Okay.
and
So-
the access on it, I can assure you that.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
I'm just thinking we should probably get the deed with the correct tax map number and the.
I think what has happened, is this deed from where you combine the lots?
Yes,
So I think that 7 has maybe gone away. I'm not sure. I'll look into that. I don't know. I would have to. And you recorded that at the county where you combine the lots?
yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, the lawyer did all.
Yeah,
Because
they
7
charge.
still continues to come up on the GIS
That's my
system.
concern.
Okay, so we've got to figure that out.
Yep.
All right.
If you do find a Schedule A, it might be helpful and
Schedule
it
it.
should
Okay.
be the last page of your deed.
Okay.
So is it your recommendation that we withhold action on this until we receive the corrected paperwork?
It's up to the board if they can get that in before the next meeting. You guys can set the public hearing, but if you'd rather wait.
I'll get it in next week.
We have
No
the
problem.
full paper from the lawyers, the entire thing. I just probably didn't copy it, not understanding that it was part of it.
Yep.
You know,
I just don't want to have you guys issue a publication of that property.
Yep, I
And
agree.
thank you very much.
Okay.
Wait,
I'm just concerned that the issue with the property tax number just might take some time to work out.
can't we just look on your records at what our tax?
Karen's
Got
saying
taxes?
it's not coming up as
Oh,
this
is it?
number.
I can go in and try it, the 6 and the 7 if you want me to and see what happens. But in order for me to have even gotten this, I must have used, his property must come up as 7. That's what I'm saying on the system.
Which I
Which is
get that, but the
Right.
deed is not.
Right,
saying
so that deed doesn't,
Right.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, we're gonna have to look into that. I didn't catch that. I didn't think to look at that.
If you don't table it, you're gonna have to put conditions on accepting the application.
I'm just more concerned about paying for the publication, which I
Correct.
think actually gets charged to them, right?
Well, that's what their $100 fee is
Oh,
supposed to be
goes
covered.
for, okay. The town has to pay to publish your public hearing, so I'm just concerned we'll do that. We won't have the information we need. Then we'll have to publish it again. So if you're not opposed to it, we can work all this out in the next month and then they can look at your application again next month when all the correct information.
Okay. We'd like to get it done soon. I'll pay another $100 if I have to get it on for next month, if that's the deal.
Ever be approved, then would be August. Is it, because
Yeah.
originally it was gonna
Correct.
be,
Yes.
So 7 still comes up on the GIS tax map.
Does 6.
I'll tell you if 6 does right.
It doesn't. I have it up now. It's just 7.
Yeah, 7 definitely comes up.
So the deed doesn't match.
is that saying our deed is wrong?
There might be an updated one, or you can always do a corrected deed. So if we can't find the information, I would just say, contact your lawyer and she can fix it. And you just have to file a corrected deed with the county.
So 6 was.
I don't know, do you have, I gave you your packet and in it is the deed that you gave to me.
So there-
And in your deed on page 1, it has the tax map number, but the last number is 6 and your property is now known as lot 7.
So
not lot
the
6.
paper was right,
In that
That's good.
packet, I think,
Is that-
yeah.
yeah, but in that packet, I believe that, it did talk about tax map changes. I just didn't make copies, not understanding that it was part of it. But it concerns me.
When did you do the lot combination?
December of
22, December 9th of 22.
See if
That
I,
is this deed.
6 was the number of his property.
So now I think you all combine it into 7, so this should
Correct.
be,
right?
yeah.
this is what I got from the county on it.
Because when we first proposed, said we had to get the properties combined first before we went.
we can check
Yeah.
with Melissa tomorrow.
So they highlight, I am not your attorney,
No.
I'm not giving you advice, but I believe this should be a 7 at the end of your tax map number, because you combine the parcel into your parcel. Which can just be corrected with a correction deed. It's not a big deal.
That's,
Yeah, it says parcel 317.16-1-6 merged into your parcel. And 6 was deleted from the tax map. I mean, you guys want that to be corrected too, just in case down the road,
I
if there's
understand.
any question.
So if it's correct on the application, are we good?
No, because we don't have proof of ownership right now. I'm not saying you don't own it, I'm just saying
Oh,
the
yeah.
papers attached to here are not the correct tax map number.
Make a motion to table action on this application until the corrected paperwork can be provided.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Motion's carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So. This kind of stuff happens.
It should be identified.
Right. Right. No, but to your point, it's, yeah. Next item on the agenda is new application for variance 2024 AV-4, Tracy Smith, 47th Avenue. Requesting relief of 2 front yard setback requirements, separation from other structures for retaining walls. I assume you are Tracy? And please come up. And not just here because you like to go to zoning board meetings.
Hi, I'm Tracy Smith. This is my husband, Tom Smith.
So explain to us what it is that you're looking for.
So we purchased number 4 7th Avenue, August 1st of 2021. And it was a mess. And we have totally redone the home from the ground up, jacked it, put a new foundation, the entire home. Went to the Warren County for everything, came down here for everything. When it came down to egress and ingress of the house, so when we first purchased the property, before we actually purchased it, we pulled in to what looked like the driveway in the front of the house. It was a dirt, looked like a driveway. And the neighbor next door came out and he said, you know, this is my property. And I said, we said, oh, okay, we said, we'll move. He's like, no, it's not a big deal. You know, this is a little sliver of land. I own 3 pieces and I'll gladly sell it to you inexpensively so you can park here. And so on. So we had agreed on that verbally. So we bought the house with intentions of that being the driveway. Mr. Dawson decided he didn't want to do that. We had spoke about it. He was going to do it. And then he decided he didn't want to do that. We already owned the property. So we had to figure out how we were going to get in and out of the property. So we had to kind of adjust our thinking. So we called and to see where we could put the driveway. And we got approval from Ron Jewell. And it went through Karen also that we could put the driveway on Circular. So it's a corner lot. It's on the corner of Circular and 7th. So we did that. And then we needed to get to it. So we poured a sidewalk and it was a slope. It was kind of a slope down there. The 7th Ave side was a higher spot, which we thought we were gonna be able to park on. So we poured a sidewalk down to the driveway and then we built a retaining wall. Then we found out we weren't supposed to do that. So we're asking for relief from the setbacks from 7th Avenue and Circular. And for separation of structures. So the house originally had a walkout basement
which it still does. And when we bought it, it was in a very bad state of disrepair. And there was a wall or something there that had caved in. Like rocks, I think. I'm not sure what it was, but there was like a pile of rocks there. So it retained the earth so you could get into that lower area. So we basically put it kind of back where it was because we needed to retain it. And I guess I don't understand how you can retain earth like for a walkout basement if you can't attach the retaining wall to the house. So that's the issue we're looking at.
Okay, is your property address Seventh Avenue or Seventh Avenue Extension?
Extension, 7th Avenue extension. We'll correct that.
Well, I- um,
She had it on her phone, right? I just didn't carry it over.
no, but the warranty deed is for 7th Avenue, which is a different property from,
Where?
That was-
and I know this because my GPS took me to a different house.
Okay.
And then, you appear to have the same issue as the previous applicant. Your warranty deed says 7th Avenue, but your property is 7th Avenue Extension.
Let me just see what your recording says. I'm looking it up right now.
Thank you.
I feel like millions.
Is there another 7th Avenue?
There is 7th Avenue, and then there is 7th Avenue Extension, and 7th Avenue Extension is about half to 3/4 of a mile from 7th Avenue. And the only reason I know this is because the first time I went to look at the property, it said, you're here, and it's like, I'm not here. This is not the house in the application. So I drove back around, back onto Pierpont and came around the other side up, because I knew the house was across from the ball field.
Chris.
In the
can I
ball
use this
field,
like a real-
Yeah, I have it pulled up if you want me to put it on the big screen. Okay. GIS has it as 7th Avenue.
GIS does,
Yes,
when you bring up Tracy Smith, that's what it
Yeah.
comes to? Because that's how I'm pulling it up.
URL, you want this? Or you want this?
Just wanna see. Go to property owners, please. Owner sales.
There's nothing there.
But does it go by the tax map number or does that have to be?
Well, your deed doesn't have a tax map number in it
Oh.
that I am seeing. It just has this.
So there is on the very opposite end of 7th Ave is the Smith and it's a number 4. And I know that to be true because we've had a million deliveries.
right,
End up down there that I had to call people and have them come back.
And then that brings us to the property
But-
right? Like we can look at the history.
I just want to make sure your paperwork is correct,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you want to make sure your paperwork, especially if it involves your deed.
Right, of course.
If it makes you feel any better, we've never had this happen before until the applicant before you.
Oh, okay, yeah, that line,
Chronological.
yeah, we're good. Huh? It's coming up fine on the county website.
It's just 7th, not 7th Avenue
He
Extension.
calls it Ball Street.
Where do you see extension?
I think the extension. He
don't.
calls it Ball Street.
Yeah,
Right.
Well,
there's no extension.
it's like
Those
Ballpark
are
Street.
Names from the
Beginning.
for those roads up there, if you want to know the truth. Like, I think those are the names of the roads. Yeah.
That's 7th Ave, no extension.
No,
So should
Of
we
the,
cross that extension off the application?
deed.
Extension or not?
I went, well, the
There's no,
answer is yes.
there's no extension.
First, I went to the not extension.
Wasn't the right. Oh, well, you want GPS, it's different than property records, so yes, we should take the extension out.
All right.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay, but there is a 4 7th Avenue. Another
Yes.
property.
Their property is 4 7th Avenue. There is no 4 7th Avenue extension.
Okay,
Could be on the GPS.
But even with all this stuff, if you read through this, don't these details override, because right here where it says like beginning,
Yeah,
it has like specific details, so.
Yep.
The details are gonna override maybe a little technical error on the top.
agreed. I just, since there was no tax map number in here, I just wanted to make sure this is.
as long as you're good, okay. We are deleting, with your approval, we're deleting the extension from the property address in your application. Okay, going through the application, the history of the property, we purchased this property on August 1st, 2021. From our understanding, the property had been vacant for many years. According to our neighbors, it was in a state of disrepair for decades. It was the neighborhood eyesore. Description of the proposed action. Relief from front yard setback on 7th Avenue. I will delete extension. With your approval?
Yes.
Relief from front yard setback on Circular Street. Relief from separation from other structures. Response to the variance standard questions. Number 1, describe how the requested variance will not alter the character of the larger property or impact adjacent properties. Responses, this retaining wall is contained on our property. It does not interfere with surrounding roads or neighborhood property in any way except for relief sought from this variance. Question number 2, describe what alternatives have been explored to achieve a solution other than a variance. Responses, we had thought we would possibly just have grass. The slope was too steep for ingress and egress. Question number 3, explain whether this requested variance is substantial. The front yard setback from Circular is not substantial. The front yard setback from 7th Avenue extension, again, I will delete extension. And the separation from other structures is substantial. Question number 4, describe how the requested variance will not have an adverse impact on physical and environmental conditions in the neighborhood. The response is, this is a corner lot. We have no neighbors directly to the front on 7th Avenue or to the side on Circular. We kept a natural slope. We're not redirecting any water source. Groundwater will flow as it originally did. Question number 5, describe how the requested variance was not a self-created difficulty. Responses, we found there to be no other suitable means of ingress or egress. I have a foot injury, which does not allow me to climb a slope without a flat path safely. We also have several family members either in wheelchairs or using walkers. We felt that keeping the natural slope and terracing it so there were resting places along the way was our best option. We reside in the town of Colony, New York. Tom is a mason. He has built countless retaining walls there. They have no setbacks or regulations. We truly thought we were doing
The right thing.
the right thing. Thank you. It's just gone on my copy.
Mine too.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Again, we have a scaled drawing. This is the scale, correct?
Yes.
Showing your property, it does not show the adjacent and adjoining properties. And that is required.
I was told that I only had to show the setback from Circular. And
I can quote you chapter and verse if you'd like more regulations.
The next image shows adjacent properties. It's an excerpt from a survey. Would that suffice?
A map showing the property and all adjacent and adjoining properties. No,
Does that have to be on the 2-scale drawing, or can it be a map as the next page in that packet is?
it does not specify. It says,
Can it be from the GIS system where we have imagery and we can just print it out and provide it?
it's far as I'm concerned, if council agrees, yes.
Okay, we can do that.
Thank you.
I mean, I would also argue that this is sufficient as well.
I thought it was sufficient too, except that in going through for some, what's that?
That the seal is cut out.
Yeah,
Oh, there's no drawing of what, where.
No,
the
there is no-
driveway is, so
okay,
I see
right,
what you're saying.
right.
Okay. Well, you can put the driveway on the GIS. Yeah,
Okay,
no, I'm asking. Sorry, that was
No.
a question.
I'm gonna have to look at what's, when I bring up the imaging, because sometimes it's clear and sometimes it's not.
Well, I mean, if,
I have
as
photos.
far as I'm concerned, we could use it, you could use a Zillow map of the street that would show you the adjacent properties.
You know. You don't want me to do that.
No, not, no, I don't want you to do that.
So Karen, you'll get in touch with that.
Yeah.
Okay, I will make a proposal to accept this application as complete, providing Karen gets the information that she needs to satisfy the requirements of the zoning ordinance.
Well, like, what exactly are your requirements? that you're
They,
looking for?
showing a drawing showing the location of the driveway and a map showing the adjacent properties.
You guys kind of get what he's looking for? I just want to make sure.
Yes,
everybody's clear,
yes,
so you
I-
Don't walk out and.
Yes, actually, the circular, this space here is the driveway.
You guys can probably go right on warrencountygis.com.
I think Karen's gonna help them.
Yeah, okay, I'll help you.
Okay.
I think you're looking for like a big, like a site plan with this drawn on it
Right.
and stuff.
So
You get
pictures
that?
wouldn't be sufficient,
The what?
the pictures, we have pictures from.
Of the,
circular,
well, of the driveway.
The driveway in the house.
The requirement is a map. And that's a specific requirement, so pictures are not satisfactory.
So an overview of our house.
Yes,
Other properties.
yes,
Okay,
And where the driveway will be,
and
right,
where the driveway will be.
okay.
in relation to those properties.
Really, so should I add that to this drawing?
Talk to Karen. tomorrow,
Okay.
'cause I think she.
Well, I won't be in tomorrow,
Oh,
but I'll be
sorry,
in
she's on
Monday.
Friday.
Was the driveway already established, Tracy?
Was it?
Is it?
Yes, there's a driveway there.
And it's on the circular street
Yeah.
side of the property.
Yeah,
It's
it's
at the
the
base of all these retaining walls.
Yeah, it's literally this space on the circular side.
Is a variance for the driveway or for the?
For retaining walls, yeah, that's why I'm,
Oh, there's. Got it, sorry. Okay.
Well, the front door
Oh.
dictates the front of the house, right? Not the driveway. Right?
I think it's the mailbox.
I think it's the front door.
well, the front yard, are you talking about? What determines the front yard?
What dictates the front yard?
It's on two streets. It's a corner lot.
Mhm.
And so their two front yards are the streets facing those roads, those two roads. They have two front yards.
But the front is whatever has the front door.
No,
No,
not
has-
according
it
to the
has-
definition in our zoning.
I'll declare my back door the front door and you'll have to switch sides on me. How can you decide what is the front door and what's the back
It's
door?
by definition in our zoning code when you look at front yards. And it's,
Yes, I'm intimately familiar with this requirement.
Okay.
Because they went over for an hour in Saratoga, when we did the training.
I'll pick the door in the back, that's my front door.
They went over, remember that? They went over for an hour.
Talking about setbacks.
Not what dictates the front.
All right. let's
So
move
I had-
forward.
yeah.
People outta here.
Yeah, but
I have a motion on the table.
Stage.
Yep.
I need a second,
I'll second that.
Roll call vote.
please.
Matt,
Yes,
Rail,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Burgess,
Yes.
Kayla.
Yes.
Hearing none, the motion's carried. So that's a motion providing a drawing showing the driveway and a map showing adjacent properties.
correct.
Okay,
So that's a motion to consider the application complete.
providing,
Provided,
They get that
yep.
information.
thank you.
prior to Karen having to make notification for the public meeting. And Karen, could you tell them when that is? I will, well, make a motion to establish a public meeting for area variance 2024 AV-4 Tracy Smith, 47th Avenue on July 11th at 7:05 PM. Oh, excuse me, what did I say? Oh, public hearing, sorry. Public hearing.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Hearing none, the motion's carried.
Okay, so Karen, would you please tell Tracy when she has to have that information to you before you have to put up your notification?
Yes, give me a minute to look at my calendar.
Thank you.
Um, I will need, if you can get it to me by June 26th. Are you
Oh.
gonna be in the area?
Yes.
All right,
I'm
so
always in
just
the area.
stop into the office
Okay.
and I don't, Chris, I'm not familiar with the Zillow map thing. I think you
I
are.
could generate those, no
Yeah.
problem.
And then the imagery thing should be easy to do.
Yep. I can
As
handle that.
long as we can see what we need to see.
Okay, I'm on it.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So that covers the overview of the properties, right? As far as the driveway, I just need to add it to this map I already have.
No, that'll cover everything.
Oh,
Driveway's
that'll, oh,
already in,
yes,
right?
okay.
Yeah.
So then that's it. That's all I need.
If,
As long as it comes up like it should,
Okay.
but they'll help you through that.
Okay.
Yeah.
If there are trees or something like that in the way, we can just illustrate this is where the driveway is, and that would suffice on a aerial image, a satellite image.
As long as the other
clarify it.
properties are shown.
Yep.
that'd be
Right.
great.
Okay, I can handle that.
Sounds like they're handling. it.
Yeah, I think it'll be on there. I know it hasn't been there that long, but I'm assuming it'll be on.
All right,
It's a Google
I got you.
thing.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
The next item is accepting minutes from the zoning board meeting of May 9th. I know Chris sent the minutes out. Has everybody had a chance to see them?
Yes.
Anyone have any comment? Motion to approve the minutes from May 9th, 2024 meeting?
Second.
Roll call vote,
No, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
hearing none, the motion's carried.
New old business. I don't really have anything. Karen,
I don't really have anything either at this point.
Chris? Yeah,
Fergus, you want to try to say anything?
I have a few things.
I don't have anything, thank you, Matt.
Fergus.
I got a few things. Davern Drive. But
Yeah.
where are we on that? With,
With the guy that put up the carport with, I have been trying to work with him verbally. And they, finally sent them a formal violation because they hadn't done anything
it.
about it. And they are going to be up here soon. I can't remember when they told me, and we're
like
gonna.
uptown?
Yeah, they don't live there.
Oh.
So when they're in town, they're going to apply for, I believe, a demolition permit
Okay.
is what they are going to do. All the other parts and pieces are permitted on our end, but not at the county end yet. Because they're requiring engineered drawings for some of the work that has been done there.
Gailey Hill, still litigation? I know I missed a month.
Filed their notice to appear in appellate court, so basically their attorneys just put themselves on record for appealing. So that's it, there's no briefs or anything that are out there yet.
And then on this last application, Thomas and Tracy. The warrant deed and lien. If you look on the back page, it's in Warren County,
Why does it sound?
Saratoga County. Can a notary do both counties?
Well, wait, stop.
Okay.
Yeah, let me,
You could be in New York City.
They could have signed it in Saratoga, and it's just that.
Their stamp is from Warren, but their stamp is from Warren. Okay.
But that's okay.
I should have brought that up earlier, shouldn't
Probably.
what do I do with it?
The deed, yes. But I don't think it does.
I? Last page.
Just qualified in one county.
He is.
Yeah, I know, that makes me nervous. Mine doesn't say
Eh.
that.
What doesn't, it doesn't say what? My notary stamp.
Let's strike that from the record.
Yes.
My
I've never seen
commission
that.
expires.
Yeah, you have to put your expiration on there.
Yes, that's all the
But
time.
they do my. Usually if people don't use like.
No, mine doesn't have
No.
it.
You all received photographs that we took of this 47th Avenue in the email, I believe.
Changing something.
They just weren't included in this packet. I didn't realize that until the meeting started.
Yes, we received, yes, we received.
I just wanted to clarify that that's not the retaining wall that we're talking about. This is a before picture that's in this packet, so there's nothing else other than a before picture.
What I was taking into consideration was the retaining wall that I put eyes on when I finally found 47th Avenue.
Not that you're considering.
No,
I'd like to make.
Remember, we're on the record.
Join the meeting, adjourn the meeting.
then,
That was all the questions I had.
anyone have anything else? Motion to adjourn,
Second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed?
Let me just, say,